What's up guys, it's Coaster Werewolf here, and since we're now at the start of 2023, I'm gonna be looking at every major roller coaster opening in North America this year. Now do keep in mind that even though all of these coasters are scheduled to open this year, there is a chance that some of them will be delayed. Again. But without further ado, let's get into the video, and staying on the topic of delayed coasters, let's start off with American Dryer Looping coming to Indiana Beach. This is a Schwarzkopf looping coaster that was relocated from a park in Mexico called Aztlan Parque Urbano. I have no idea if I've pronounced that right, but it was known there as Chimera. This ride was originally supposed to open in 2021, but it kept getting delayed, so hopefully it does actually open this year. But with all that aside, let's talk about the actual ride. This ride will feature 3 of Schwarzkopf's circular loops, and it's set to pull an insane 6.1 Gs, so this coaster will definitely pack in some amazing positives. And overall, it looks to be a great ride. Another delayed coaster, hopefully opening this year, is Aquaman Power Wave at Six Flags Over Texas, which was originally supposed to open in 2020, so it's already been delayed 3 years. Now the pandemic definitely played a role in that, and they also added a turntable in the middle of construction, so it is sort of understandable, but I'm still gonna make fun of it. Anyway, this is a Mack Rides Power Splash, and the first one in North America, so it'll be interesting to see if Six Flags adds any more of these. The actual layout consists of a multi-pass launch with 2 vertical spikes and a splashdown, and it looks to be a pretty fun water coaster. Now this next one isn't really a major coaster, but it is worth mentioning. Six Flags Fiesta Texas will be receiving dueling kiddie coasters from Skyline Attractions, a company that hasn't really done much yet in the coaster world. Well, aside from this. This is their Pescetti Bowl model, and it's said to be having LED lights in the track, so I think it's cool that Fiesta Texas is putting this much effort into a kiddie coaster. Technically 2 kiddie coasters. Next, we're heading to Cedar Point for Wild Mouse, a Zamperla spinning wild mouse. This is going in the spot where Wicked Twister was, and its name pays homage to the Wild Mouse coaster that was at the park a long time ago. Overall, this looks to be a pretty good ride, and it will add a modern family coaster to the park, which I think is something they needed for a while. Staying in the Cedar Fair chain, Worlds of Fun surprised everybody last year by announcing their first coaster in 14 years, Zambezi Zinger. This is a GCI Titan Track Woody with a spiral lift hill, and it also pays homage to the original Zambezi Zinger. This ride looks to have some good airtime and low to the ground moments, and even though Worlds of Fun already has a GCI in Prowler, this looks to be a pretty different experience, so I think it won't be too redundant. This is an exciting addition, especially for a park that hasn't gotten a coaster in so long, and hopefully the other smaller Cedar Fair parks will start getting new coasters as well. Moving up to Canada, Canada's Wonderland is getting Snoopy's Racing Railway, a family-launched coaster by ART Engineering. This will be a clone of an existing coaster in Austria called, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, but it looks like a fun family coaster that I think people of all ages will be able to enjoy. Moving on to the SeaWorld chain, SeaWorld San Diego is getting Arctic Rescue, an intimate family multi-launch with straddle seating. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this doesn't seem like that great of a fit for the park, because they already have Manta, which is another family multi-launch with very similar stats, but nonetheless, I am still excited for this ride, especially since it's coming to one of my home parks. Another very similar coaster coming to a SeaWorld park is Dark Coaster, coming to Busch Gardens Williamsburg. This will basically be an indoor version of Arctic Rescue, but this ride will go through its course twice using 2 switch tracks. This coaster is going in the building that used to be home to a dark ride called Curse of Dark Castle, and I'm hoping that the park will use the indoor setting to their advantage and add some great theming. Next, we're going to Florida for Pipeline the Surf Coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. As the name implies, this will be the first ever B&M surf coaster, which is a new take on their old stand-up model, with seats that move up and down with the ride that are designed to make the experience more comfortable. Now, it will be interesting to see whether or not it actually will be more comfortable, because stand-up coasters right now don't have the best reputation, but it shows that B&M is starting to kind of step out of their comfort zone and try new things. Now, the actual layout will consist of an LSM launch, some overbanked turns and helixes, and one inversion which is a corkscrew. So this is definitely less focused on inversions and more on the turns, so I think it'll be a different kind of ride than a lot of B&Ms. Next up is Big Bear Mountain coming to Dollywood. This will be a Vekoma multi-launch family coaster that will be an expansion of the current Wildwood Grove area. This ride looks to have a pretty fun layout that goes all around the area, and it will probably have some good theming and look great in the park. It's also exciting to see more New Age Vekomas coming to the US. And while we're still on the topic of New Age Vekomas, Codaland will be opening Circuit Breaker, a New Age Vekoma tilt coaster. This is exciting because it's really the first New Age Vekoma thrill coaster coming to America, and the ride itself looks great and unique. The main gimmick is of course the tilt track, but the rest of the layout also looks great, with 4 cool looking inversions and some airtime hills. But that's not the only coaster coming to Codaland this year, because they will also be opening Palindrome, a Gerstlauer shuttle coaster. Now this was supposed to open in 2022, but due to some delays it got pushed back to this year, but nonetheless, this still looks to be another fun and unique ride. This coaster will feature a vertical lift, twisting drop, a 0G stall over a road, a wave turn, inline twist, and what they're calling a vertical hop stall, before doing it all backwards. So overall, Palindrome looks to be a unique shuttle coaster, and it'll be interesting to see what this quickly growing park adds next. Next, we're heading over to a coaster that's been anticipated for a long time, Air Force One at Fun Spot Atlanta. This ground-up RMC looks to have some great inversions, with the stall, Raven Trust Dive, 0G roll, and barrel roll, and the Outer Bank, Quad Down, and many other hills look to give some amazing injector airtime. This to me looks like it could be a top-tier RMC, and it's also crazy that a Fun Spot park is building such a huge coaster. Plus, this ride has already begun testing, so it shouldn't be too long until this opens. Another RMC coming this year is Wildcat's Revenge at Hershey Park, which is a conversion of the original Wildcat. This coaster will have 4 inversions, including the world's tallest step-up underflip, as well as lots of airtime moments. Many enthusiasts have been wanting RMC Wildcat for a long time, so it's nice that it's finally happening, and it will add another top-tier ride to Hershey Park's already great coaster lineup. Coming back to delayed coasters, Tron Lightcycle Run at Magic Kingdom is finally opening this year, and in fact, cast member previews have already started, so some people have actually already ridden the coaster. This is a Vekoma launched motorbike coaster that's a clone of the original Tron at Shanghai Disneyland, and it looks to have some amazing theming and an overall really cool ride experience. Another ride that's been delayed for a while is Primordial coming to Lagoon. And this is a ride that we still don't know too much about, because aside from the track portions that are outside the mountain, we really don't know for sure what kind of elements this coaster will have. What's speculated is that this ride will be a dark ride coaster, similar to Wonder Mountain Guardian at Canada's Wonderland, and I'm guessing that some of the indoor elements will include screens, theming, and maybe even a drop track. But so far, the construction looks to be almost complete, and the mountain that the ride is in looks great. Next up are 2 coasters that are coming to Mattel Adventure Park, which is a brand new park in Arizona that's set to open this year. These 2 coasters are a Chance Hyper GTX called Hot Wheels Twin Mill Racer, and a Chance Family Coaster called Hot Wheels Bone Shaker, the ultimate ride. Not much is currently known about either of these rides, but the Hyper GTX is expected to have 3 inversions and a launch. And the last coaster I'll be talking about is Matsugani coming to Lost Island Theme Park. This ride was supposed to open with the park in 2022, but just like half of the coasters I've already talked about, it got delayed. This is an Intamin hydraulic launch coaster that was relocated from Liseberg in Sweden, where it was known as Kanonen, and this coaster looks to feature a short but intense layout. The top hat and hills look to deliver some great airtime, and the inline twist looks like it will have some good hang time. So those are all of the major roller coasters that are opening in North America this year. Now I do want to quickly mention Montezuma, the Forbidden Fortress, coming to Knott's Berry Farm, because while it isn't really a new coaster, it will be a big overhaul of Montezuma's Revenge, with a new launch and trains, so it is worth mentioning. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and give it a like if you did. Also, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any future content, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.